Hello, my name is Kenneth Trent, aka the Foreclosure Destroyer. This might seem like a pretty weird video, me wearing the clothes I am and bouncing this intriguing little ball to those of you who know that I'm actually a lawyer and a pretty serious guy on occasion. But my friends, it's all part of making the point that I'm trying to make. From these pants, you see these colors? Red, white, and blue. The simple fact is that people have been fighting corruption from the bottom up. In other words, on a piecemeal basis. And they get more and more frustrated. And our country deteriorates more and more, economically, financially, morally, ethically, socially. Our overall level of happiness goes down. And yes, as the news has recently reported, thank God for the news, foreclosures actually are damaging for one's health. Now, what's the point of all that? The point is that the subject matter I'm talking to you about today simply could not be of any greater importance than it is. It is grave. It is of the utmost seriousness. And I'm not talking about arcane, dry, and boring notions of American constitutional justice, most of which none of you know anything about, probably. Thomas Jefferson was an amazing man. But forget all that. I'm talking about blood, sweat, and tears, the reality of Americans living in this economy and this society today. And of course, it's had its detrimental effects on our friends around the world. But I was blessed to understand in, I would say, May of 2010, how I could attack all that ails us, namely corruption, from the top downward. Because and I wasn't the first, a gentleman by the name of Robert Hager, who has a case in Nevada which is not faring well, was the first. But I saw, and once I saw, I could not deny, that MERS is an incredibly ingenious, metaphysical, corporate organism designed specifically to destroy America. Now, its creators, of course, never thought of it in those terms, but there's no question. Its design, its goals, and the usage to which it has been put in the years since it was created by all the members of Wall Street, whose names you know so well, are the utmost in diabolical. Just beyond words, really. And I've got a couple words that I can resort to when I'm trying to find one. There's another way to explain some of this. And this is really, the reason I'm giving you this explanation is this is a call to arms. Those of us who care about America, who care about justice, we know that this is not a fight that we can stand to lose. America, I believe, is at the beginning of a decline, much like that suffered by many of the other great city-states over the course of human history, and undoubtedly for centuries before. That is absolutely, historically shown to be the result when corruption comes up through the core of the system and is enabled to take over. And you know what allows that to happen? It's citizens who will not, or otherwise refuse, who simply will not stand up for what they know to be right. For people who doubt themselves and their own instincts as Americans. For people who doubt the things that we were taught in school, 99% of which arose from the Holy Bible. People who believed that the United States was a shining city on a hill, as Ronald Reagan said. And it wasn't just Americans who believed that. As late as the 1960s and 70s, America was a great shining beacon to all of humanity for hopes and dreams. And that's what humanity has to have, is hope. And that's what Americans have to have, is hope. And I'm telling you that we can do it if we work together. We start respecting the old concepts of be yourself. You see why I'm like this? I wish I could go to court looking like this. Do you think the judges would like it? Nope. Do you think the other judges would like it? Nope. But ask yourself, why not? Let's assume that I wasn't showing my chest. All right? Perhaps if I was wearing this shirt. Underneath. Love. Our love is the real thing. My love for American justice is the real thing. Is yours? But imagine if I were to go to the courthouse dressed like this and make the most brilliant legal argument ever made. Not that that's something I'm probably capable of, but I try. Do you know that the outrage would be overwhelming? But why should it be? Isn't America the land of the free and the home of the brave? Is there some particular reason that lawyers have given up their right to choose what they wear every day as long as it's reasonably decent? It's because they want me to be another cog in the institutional wheel of injustice that crushes people and all great ideals of humanity in its merciless gears. And I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, that we not only can, will fight back, we must. Because if we don't, we will fail in our responsibility to keep America going, prospering, and progressing into the future as God, the Creator, or what have you, the universe, Amun-Ra, would have us do. Assalamu alaikum. Yes, I realize that's not an entity, but I chose not to say Muhammad, so you get the idea. Bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, it's about MERS, and we must fight back. I'm going to, and I urge you all not to give up the fight, but to spread the word and to light a fire under your neighbors and say, you have a duty, once you recognize this reality, to publicize it. I feel like standing down here on the street front and holding up a sign that said, banks are bad, they planned it all in advance. We should all do that. Something has to be done, and I say, integrity defenders unite. My name is Kenneth Eric Trent. I'm a Florida foreclosure lawyer, and I'm not a big fan of MERS or the banks. I believe we have to tear down Wall Street. To rebuild America, we must tear down Wall Street. Next question.